do 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 do. I don't know. It's like a combination of the end of Mario Brothers and probably a space movie or something. Anyhow, hey everybody, it's BroncoStevens. How's everybody doing tonight? Sometimes I just got to talk gibberish at the beginning of these lives because it says you're live, and then I go back and I watch the live, and like it hadn't started yet, and then I'll be already introduced to BroncoStevens channel, and I'm talking, and it's like, okay, well, I missed introducing my own channel, so YouTube, pay attention, okay? You've got some kind of delay when it says you're live, you're not live. I've tested it many times, so. Anyhow, how's everybody doing? It's BroncoStevens channel on YouTube. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do comedy. I do different characters and like skits and things like that. I also do comedy music, and I do regular music. I do a lot of live, like original music. So when I'm on here live at night, I'm basically just rehearsing stuff. I'm always in writing mode. That's the mode that my brain's stuck in all the time. So I'm always coming up with ideas for songs. A lot of times I don't even finish the songs, but I turn them into like shorts and things like that. They're like potential songs. I'm like a singer-songwriter. I could hand over like piles of songs if if somebody needed songs. I'm just like, whew, that's what I like doing. So that's my passion. Anyway, but that's what I do. I come on here at night and I rehearse and things like that. So I'm gonna play some songs, original songs for you tonight. I found an old one that I thought was like appropriate for the times with the with the old Charlie Kirk thing and everything and the movement that's out there. I have this song called "Saved by Grace." I wrote it in 2006, and it's a song basically about loss. At that time, before that time, I'd lost a brother-in-law in a car accident. He was too young. He was like 21 or something like that. And the cops come. He was living at my house, and the cops came in the middle of the night and announced that there was a bad wreck and advised me not to let my, at the time, wife go by where the scene happened. And long story short, it was just a terrible thing. It was bad. But it inspired me to write this song called "Saved by Grace." And so I'm going to play that. Lovely Lily, XOXO, thanks for coming back. I know you've been on before, so I want to give you a shout out. Amelia Hershey, I think you might be a first timer. Hello. How you doing tonight? And so I'm getting ready to play a song that "Saved by Grace" that I wrote many years ago, 2006, for a brother-in-law that passed away. Every day that followed brought a little pain. But even though you're not here, I still chase the rain. Because I know that you're far away from us, but it doesn't feel like the case. Because I know that you were saved, saved by His grace. And every day that followed brought a little more time. But even though you're not here, your loved ones still say you're mine. And though tears may flow from their eyes and roll down their face, they still sleep at night because you're saved by His grace. And every note that I play sends shivers down my spine, because I close my eyes and think of you, and I know that you are fine. I see you watching over us. A smile comes across your face. You speak these simple words, saved by His grace. All right, everybody. So yeah, that's an old one I wrote in 2006. Anyhow, so okay, we got anybody else? Darian also joining us, and Billy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing. So I'm an original songwriter. I write original songs. I recently did my first 2 covers ever at 50 years old. I've been playing music mainly off and on. When I was younger, when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I sang in a band in the Cincinnati area, and we used to do all the bar scenes and stuff like that. And did original stuff then, and it just stuck with me. I was always into original music before, I'm just stuck, like I said, in singer-songwriting mode, and so my brain's always thinking of songs and pieces of songs. And so, anyway, when I was younger, I was in a band, and then I took 27 years off, no big deal, and now I'm back. So I'm a dad. I've got 6 kids here in the house, my wife and I, and so there's 8 of us in the house. It's a madhouse, and recently I've just put aside time to go play music, and that's kind of this. I'm making my comeback, people, 27 years later. So, all right, this next one I'm gonna do is "Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight." Wouldn't have started if I couldn't finish, but I was much stronger then, like Popeye on spinach. She left us for dead here the way that I'd want. She called me a bastard, I called her a you-know-what. That was the end for at least one day. And that was the end for at least one day. Now sometimes I've good days and sometimes I'm a mess. She'll hold me tight, she says I love you no less. She's too much to forget and easy to forgive. A life formed around her's now how I live. Don't want it to end, God, please, more days. Want it to end, God, please, more days. Now sometimes she don't like me, she gets sick of my shit. She's called me a lot of things, but she never called it quits. They say love has a feeling, and I think they're right. Most times it's amazing, but sometimes love feels like a fight. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. And that was the start of the rest of our lives. All right, everybody. So that's another original of mine called Sometimes Love Feels Like a Fight. If you're just joining, this is the BroncoStevens channel on YouTube. I would encourage you, this is my invitation to subscribe. Check it out if you like music, if you like comedy, if you like comedy music. It's a bit of this, a bit of that. It's a mess, people, but that's life. It's raw, and it is what it is. And so check it out, BroncoStevens. I think I'm going to do the one I wrote for my wife next. Oh, but before I do, let me just tell you this. So, having 6 kids, sometimes you get into these interesting conversations. And so, I guess he's 11 years old. My 11-year-old has been kind of interested in weightlifting and stuff. And he was trying to figure out how you get bigger muscles. And I was explaining to him that in order to get bigger muscles, you have to kind of tear and rip your muscles, and then they grow back bigger. And so after a while's discussion, he processed kind of how muscle building works. And so then we're real people. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So my wife and I got into an argument the other day, which isn't completely rare. I mean, we're passionate about each other, and we're both stubborn, and sometimes our heads collide. But what we do is we just work through it. We don't give up on each other. I mean, we recognize that we're flawed and in big ways, both of us, and we just love each other enough to, fight through that sometimes. And so, anyway, he was recognizing that we were arguing and stuff, and we talked about afterwards, and just we like to assure the kids after if there's anything that they see that they can see is confrontational between us, that everything's good, and that mom and daddy love each other, and it's all wonderful, and it is, and so, but we wanted to explain to him, sometimes things are tough and you fight through it, and he was like, oh, kind of like when you're working out, you got to tear it down sometimes to build it back up. And I was like, boy, that is deep. And so there might be a song in there that I might do. But anyway, this one I wrote for my wife, and it's called For Kristin. All of my life something missing. The puzzle pieces weren't fitting. And all of a sudden there she was, and the winds they cried, Kristin, what do I need to do to get through to you? You're perfect the way that you are. And I do too, and I want you to know you're perfect the way you are. There could only be one of you, shine so bright. And all of a sudden it was different. That wasn't before. The pieces just started fitting, and soon the picture was done. What do I have to do to get through to you? Perfect the way that you are. Said I know you got things that you're going through, and I do too. But I want you to know you're perfect the way you are. There could only be one of you, shine like a star. All of a sudden it was brighter, like the sun was finally around. In a world that is gray and dark, you lit it up like a spark. What do I have to do to get through to me? It's perfect the way that it is. Every table right next to each other, that is as good as it gets. What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? What do I have to do? What do you gotta do? What are we putting ourselves through? Every day it was different. Alright, let me get caught up here on some commenting here. I missed a part in the early part of that song. Alright, let's see. Sorry, I'm 50, my eyes are not great. We left off with Billy. We'd already talked about Love Lily and Billy and Shay the Climber. Hello? Saying I Won't Back Down by Johnny Cash. I think I Won't Back Down was Tom Petty. No, I won't back down. That song? I think that's Tom Petty. Unless Johnny did it first, heck, who knows? Wes Skills sounds kind of like Kid Rock. Alright. Alright. Thanks for the compliment, Billy. Wes Skills sub, thank you. Got 5 kids and 22 grandkids. I think that's where I'm heading for. I don't have the grandkids yet, but the amount of children that I have, it should be astronomical. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be an interesting time in life. Thrust. Oh, that's very Chris Brown. Are you saying to take a Chris Brown song and turn it out? Because I could do that. Maybe something. Bangunka Tuda, Bangunka said I. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I'm very sorry. Wow, someone signed this husband, father, singer. You're killing it. Thanks. I appreciate it, Billy. All right. Yeah, I'm out here, but people, you know, if somebody wants to find me, they can find me. I'm not hiding. All right. This next one I'm going to do, let's see what I want to do. All right. I'll do another lovey song. Another song about love, people. Not enough love in the world. The song's called On Love. Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't envy or boast, it does not insist and on its own way, it's not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and endures all things. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. Love is patient, love is kind, love doesn't envy or boast, it does not insist and on its own way, it's not irritable or resentful, it does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, and hopes and endures all things. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. So tell me about your love. Is this what it looks like? Cause if it's not, there's probably a lot of things you'll need to change in your life. All right, everybody. So this BroncoStevens channel on YouTube. It's me. It's my original music. It's comedy stuff that I come up with, characters that I play. Check it out. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed to BroncoStevens, this is my invitation to do it again. All right. Let's see. Let's pick it up a little bit. This one's going to be called Addiction. So this is a song I wrote for my current brother-in-law. I had a bad first marriage. We'll just wrap it up at that. And so now I'm blessed and everything's wonderful. Second go-around was amazing. So I don't know. Statistically, I guess I'm beating the odds. But I'm maybe not. I don't know. All right, anyway, this song's called Addiction, and I wrote it for my current brother-in-law who does struggle with like different addictions. He had an unfortunate accident when he was younger, got hooked on pain pills, got hooked on other stuff, and other stuff, and other stuff, and it's been a long ride, and sometimes it gets difficult, and it's hard to watch sometimes. So anyway, I wrote this song. It's called Addiction, and there's a million addictions out there, people. I mean, it's not just always drugs and alcohol. There's pornography, there's shopping, there's cell phone usage, video games. I mean, you name it. There's a bunch of addictions. So this is for anybody that is struggling. Don't you want to stop, man? Don't you want to stop? Don't you want to stop, man? Don't you want to stop? Don't you want to stop, man? Don't you want to stop? Don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? He says, no way, it takes my pain. If you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, you don't understand. If you gotta ask, man, well, you don't understand. 'Cause it takes my choice away. I said it takes my pain away too. Yeah, but don't you wanna stop, man? Don't you wanna stop? We all care about you and we'd like to see that a lot. He says, yeah, man, I know you do, and I get that a lot. But if I were you, I wouldn't have the problems that I got. I said it takes my brain away. I said it takes my choice away. I said it takes my pain away. All right. I'm sober, Billy, 3 years. Awesome, man. That's a great flex. Absolutely. Golheem, bestseller. Hi. And I don't know, Billy, let me give more credit to that, actually. If I don't know what Billy struggled with, and I don't need to know. I just know that if he's big enough to admit it and that he's recovered for 3 years, that's a pretty dang amazing thing. So let me encourage you, Billy, to keep going with that, because life is just a series of good decisions or bad decisions. And so your outcome will be based upon what you put into it. You get in what you put out. That's what my dad always said, and it seems to be true. And let me go back to marriage. Like, I feel like marriage is on attack right now. Like, I'm watching like different comedians and different people talk about statistically how low your shot is at marriage. And I'm speaking of a perspective where I'm on my second one, so I don't have a lot of ground to stand on here, people. But I will say that hindsight's 20/20, and so my advice is to people is not to rush in, because I rushed in, and just the idea of marriage and like the life, like the roadmap I felt like was laid out for me. You go to school, you go to college, you get a job, you get married, blah 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 blah. Okay, none of that provided happiness for me. First of all, because I always felt like I had to chase some trophy versus live the way I wanted to live. And then secondly, it put me in a position where I was in deep with really somebody I didn't want to be in with, living a life I really didn't want to live. So I would tell you, no, I'm not a recovering alcoholic, but the song I wrote is for my brother-in-law, and he struggles with alcohol amongst other things. And so, yeah, anyway, but I forget, I lost track there. That's what happens when you're talking and then you read at the same time. But anyway, I just want to give you props, Billy, and let you know that that's quite an accomplishment. So, all right, let's. I'm gonna do another. This one's pretty intense. I'll just say. my life. He came to save my soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life. He came to save my soul. Jesus didn't come to save your life. He came to save your soul. Jesus didn't come to save my life. He came to save us all. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. Coming in the middle of the night like a thief, sort you out into lines. Which one will you be in? Will there be relief? Oh, will you be? Knock, 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 knocking on the door. Knock, 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 knocking on his door. He's the King of Kings, the great I am, the Son of God, living man. He's the King of Kings, you understand, Son of God, living man. I am a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. You're standing there, there'll be visions dancing through your head. All the things that you did. Will you be able to say that you never heard of him? Or will you be standing there knocking, knock, 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 knocking on that door? Knock, 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 knocking on that door. The King of Kings, do you understand? Living God, Son of Man. The King of Kings, do you understand? Son of God, living man. The King of Kings, the great I am. Son of Man, the living God. King of Kings, Son of God, the great I am. I'm a soul in a body, not the other way around. I'm a soul in a body, till this body's in the ground. I'm a soul inside a body, till this body's in the ground. There's a desperate 3-year-old on the other side of this door that has been very patient for this song. Folks, I'm going to have to wrap it up. As a dad of 6, when I've got a hysterical 3-year-old on the other side of this garage door, I can see her. I've got glass here. She's fine. But she just wants daddy time. So I got to roll out. Everybody, it's BroncoStevens. I hope you come back. I hope you had a good time. It's comedy. It's music. Tonight was just rehearsing original music. So I hope you liked it. And I'll be back again soon. Give it a subscribe. Yep, got to go with the babe. Yeah, girl. What you need, girl?